In a Lincolnshire field in 2023, amateur archaeologists pulled a small bronze object from the dirt. 12 pentagonal faces, circular holes of different sizes, a small knob at every corner. It was Roman, around 1700 years old, almost perfectly preserved. Roughly 120 of these objects sit in museums across Europe today. And no one, not a single archaeologist, classicist, or historian, can tell you with certainty what they were used for. This is the Roman Dodecahedron, a handheld geometric puzzle made of bronze, sometimes stone, manufactured to a consistent design across the Roman Empire's northern provinces and totally absent from every surviving Roman text. No engineer described it. No general mentioned one. No poet or philosopher noted its purpose. By the end of this video, you'll see every serious theory archaeologists have proposed, why none of them quite holds, and one recent find that may narrow the field. There's also one strange pattern about where these objects appear and where they don't that almost nobody talks about. We'll get to that. Picture a closed fist of cast bronze, 4 to 11 centimeters across. 12 flat pentagonal faces, each pierced with a circular opening. The holes are different sizes, never identical, never random. At every vertex where faces meet, a small spherical knob protrudes, 20 knobs in total. The object is hollow, cast in one piece using the lost wax method, and finished to a tolerance that suggests a craftsman who knew exactly what he was making. Whatever its purpose, it wasn't ornament. It was a tool, an instrument, or something so common nobody bothered to write the function down. In June 2023, the Norton Disney History and Archaeology Group, a volunteer outfit working a Roman-era site in Lincolnshire, uncovered the largest dodecahedron ever found on British soil, 8 centimeters across, cast bronze, almost no surface damage. Lorne Elliott, the lead investigator, called it one of the most important finds in decades. Critically, the object was discovered in what appeared to be a deliberately dug pit alongside Roman pottery, not lost, not discarded, but placed. That single detail tells archaeologists this thing mattered to whoever buried it. It wasn't trash. It was something worth keeping, and then worth hiding. The most popular theory online comes from amateur historian Martin Hallett, who in 2014 demonstrated how a dodecahedron could function as a knitting gauge, a frame for producing fingered woolen gloves of varying sizes, 1 per face. The video went viral. The theory has obvious appeal. It's visual, it's testable, and it works on camera. But it doesn't survive scrutiny. Every dodecahedron found is bronze, an extravagantly expensive metal for a household textile tool when wood bone or carved horn would have done the job. Romans had knitting implements. None of them looked like this, and no Roman woolworking text describes anything resembling these dimensions or this geometry. Theory 2, a surveying or range-finding instrument. The varied hole sizes, the careful geometry, the durability of bronze, all of it consistent with a precision tool used by Roman engineers. Sight one hole, align it with another, and you can theoretically calculate distances or angles from a known reference. It's an elegant idea. The problem is that we have detailed Roman writings on surveying. Frontinus, Hyginus Grammaticus, the Corpus Agrimensorum. They describe the groma, the dioptra, the chorobates. Not one of them mentions a small 12-faced bronze sighting tool. If this was a surveyor's instrument, it was one the surveyors themselves never wrote about. Theory 3, a religious or divinatory object. This is where things get interesting. Several dodecahedra have been recovered from contexts or associated with burial sites, hoards, or possible ritual deposits. A few have traces of wax inside them. One Gallo-Roman site produced a dodecahedron alongside coins and figurines, arranged in what looked like an offering. The Pythagoreans had assigned cosmic significance to the dodecahedron centuries earlier. Plato called it the shape of the universe itself. If the object had a sacred function in Gallo-Roman religion, that would explain why it never appears in technical writings. You don't write down the workings of a mystery. And here is the deeper problem with every theory. Romans were prolific record keepers. Tax rolls, legal codes, military reports, medical texts, recipe books. We have personal letters from soldiers stationed in Britain. We have a man's complaint about bad bread. We do not have a single line in any surviving Roman document that describes, names, or even alludes to a dodecahedron-shaped object. Whatever these were called, the word didn't survive. Whatever they did, no one thought it worth noting. That silence isn't an accident of preservation, it's a pattern, and the pattern itself is part of the puzzle. Now for the detail almost nobody mentions. Of the roughly 120 dodecahedra recovered, virtually all of them come from a specific zone. The Roman Empire's northern and northwestern provinces, Britain, Gaul, the Rhineland, the Alps. Not one has been found in Italy, not one in Greece, Egypt, North Africa, or the Eastern Mediterranean. Whatever this object was, it was a phenomenon of the Celtic-influenced frontier, the lands where Rome met the Druids, the Belgi, the Germani. That distribution suggests something the bronze itself can't tell us. The dodecahedron may have been Roman in manufacture, but its function may not have been Roman at all. There is also a smaller related mystery. In 2015, archaeologists in Geneva cataloged a Roman icosahedron, 20 triangular faces instead of 12 pentagonal ones. Same bronze construction, same knob-tipped vertices, same complete absence from the historical record. Whoever made these objects worked across more than one geometric form, on more than one occasion, in more than one province. This wasn't a single craftsman's eccentricity or a regional fad. It was a tradition, sustained, deliberate, and deeply specific. And like the dodecahedron, no one wrote down what it was for. So what is the Roman dodecahedron? After 2 centuries of speculation, the honest answer is the one that bothers people most. We don't know. We can rule things out. We can rank theories. We can point to the Norton Disney find, and the geographic clustering, and the Pythagorean shadow over the geometry. But the object itself stays silent, and the people who made it stayed silent with it. What do you think it was for? A craftsman's gauge, a surveyor's tool, a sacred device, or something we haven't yet imagined? Drop your theory in the comments. And if you want more investigations like this, subscribe.